forgot about this. Because, we were talking about the whole Lil Wayne, BLM comments thing. Did you watch the whole thing?
Not the whole thing, no.
I was actually, the night that it popped off, I had my TV on and it came on. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh, let me watch this whole thing. And at one point he goes, and when he starts to kind of get up, he's like, I care about gangbang, and I'm a motherfucking gangster.
I saw he pulled the rag out. He pulled out
his rag, right. And I'm like, are you set tripping on this reporter right now? Like what the fuck are you doing? Like what does this flag mean to this middle-aged black woman who's interviewing you right now? Like, it's so crazy. It was so crazy to me. Like,
but see, that's almost like what you're talking about. Like, he's pulling that out to say, listen, I got my realness right here in my pocket. You know what I mean? Like, you think I'm not real? Bang! Here's my realness card right there.
And it's like, when was the last time Lil Wayne did a drive-by? When was the last time Lil Wayne put in work for the Bloods? When was the last time Wayne even broke the law? The last time he had a gun, he went to jail. You know what I'm saying? A gun he didn't even shoot. And I'm not saying anything about Wayne's character. I'm just looking at the facts.
Right.
He is a rapper. He's a superstar.
He's been famous since he was 15, 16 years old.
He is not doing anything gang related at all. Yes, he may have some friends and some people around him who still may be doing this, and he feeds off their energy and so forth. Obviously you don't want to run up on Lil Wayne and do something crazy because you might get beat up or, worse. But you're pulling out rags on fucking on NBC and because from I grew up in California. Like, when you pull a rag out on someone, like,
it's on.
It's on.
Yeah, you proclaiming some shit. Like, let's go.
But you're sitting there in a fucking studio in NBC offices pulling rags out. Like, what exactly are you accomplishing with this?
Just to try to show a motherfucker that you real. You know what I mean? Like, that you got the hood in your pocket. You see, I'm telling you, like, people want to be from the hood, but they don't want to be from the hood. You know what I mean? Like, you want hoodish elements and shit, but you don't want to fully have to go through all the hood has to offer. You know what I mean? And especially when it comes to the misery and the struggle. You know what I mean? But people want the respect and the hardcore, gritty, cool shit that comes with being someone who is an alpha in those hardcore situations.
Yeah, I mean, Lil Wayne's been living in mansions since he was probably 17 or so. Lil Wayne has not lived.
And I'm not talking about just Lil Wayne. Like, there's a whole bunch of motherfuckers. How many athletes, basketball motherfuckers, football players and shit, got little gangbanging motherfuckers around them just because they want to feel like they still connected to the street and that they fucking cool and all this type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, trust me, it ain't just him. Yeah. It's a bunch of motherfuckers.
Oh, I remember I was in Miami years ago.
Chris Brown, what the fuck he doing with the
Chris
Bloods?
Brown. I remember Allen Iverson rolled through. Like he was saying at the Shore Club when I was staying there, and he had a crew of dudes, and it's like, what are you doing right now? You're one of the top players in the NBA, and you're surrounding yourself with these dudes who are really gonna get you into some trouble.
See, he was wild beforehand though. Bubba Chuck was wild before all of that shit. You see what I'm saying? It's not like he just got in the NBA and started rolling with these motherfuckers. Like, he been, you know what I mean? He fucking with dudes like that.
Yeah, but the thing about being successful is that you have to take in new information. If you
not just successful, and we say this word on here a lot. Successful is not just about money. You know what I mean? Like, you could live your life successfully without being a millionaire or some shit like that. Yeah. Like, yes, but success is about taking in information, knowing how to process it, learning from your mistakes, all of that type of shit.
Right.
That's what success is, but success is not always monetary.
Fair enough. Did you hear the Trick Daddy comments?
Something about black women need to tighten up or some shit like that. I wasn't fully sure what he meant by that. Did he mean their bodies, their attitudes?
Explain.
I didn't know.
Let's wait. Hold on.
These
Roll the
Spanish,
videotape.
these white hoes, they done start getting finer than a motherfucker. Y'all black hoes better tighten up. I'm telling you. Tighten up. Y'all doing all that extra shit for nothing. You're not achieving nothing, bitch. You get your ass done, your titties done, and you're paying $150 to get your makeup done just to go to a local club, bitch. Tighten up, ho. These Spanish and these white hoes is getting very spiffy on y'all. They fuck around and learn how to fry chicken. You hoes is useless.
I like his face on there. That was hilarious.
People were upset about this.
Yeah, I could see why, but there's some truth to it. You see, there's some truth to it because while the black woman, especially here in North America, has been taught to be very combative with her man, she might have grown up in a household where the man wasn't there and the woman is talking shit about, oh, your father ain't shit, da-da-da-da-da. Don't you ever let no man, you better be an independent woman, blah, 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 all that bullshit, right? And then meanwhile, you got, the Spanish chicks or a white chick or even a black girl who was from outside of America, like let's say from the Caribbean, some fucking where.
Right.
These women are trained from a young age to cater to their man,
right,
to make them feel at peace and at home and all of that type of shit.
Right.
And to know when to shut the fuck up.
Right.
See?
Although Caribbean women have their own
listen,
strand of crazy.
Everybody got their strand of crazy. Everybody got their own strand of crazy.
And that comes from personal experience, but go on.
Everybody got their own strand of crazy.
Right.
But I'm just saying, generally, these women are more bred to be more submissive to the man.
I agree.
Okay, and Asians, all of that,
Yeah.
It's the black woman in America who, and it's not just her fault. I mean, she's gone through so much shit, from the time of slavery where she was getting raped by the slave master right in front of the man and he couldn't do nothing. Mm-hmm. That's going to put a certain amount of animosity and shit toward, resentment towards the fact that your mate couldn't do that, couldn't save you.
And then historically, black women had an easier time getting jobs than black men.
Yes, and that was a social engineering thing too.
Which does something to the, what's the word I'm looking for? To the relationship.
Right. Absolutely.
The dynamics of the relationship, because historically the man is supposed to get the job and make the money. It switches the
polarity.
Yeah.
And when we switch polarity, what happens? Chaos. Chaos. Just like when you try to switch sexual polarities, but we're not going to keep talking about that. So what I'm saying is, what I get from what he's trying to say is, sisters, fix your attitude. You know what I mean? It's not just about tightening up your bodies and all this type of shit. Because he's saying, we know y'all got the fine bodies, but these white girls now is getting ass injections, titties, blah, blah, blah. So now they're trying to make their bodies comparable with a black woman's body.
Right.
Their attitude might be better. So he's saying, if this bitch learn how to fry some chicken, y'all might be fucked up. Because now, at the end of the day, a man wants peace. You understand? He don't want to be beefing with his woman.
Right.
This is why, I say 80% of the time a man might lie to a woman is only because he wants peace. And he knows that the woman would not be able to deal with the reality of his life.
Yeah.
So he got to fucking lie to her.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Black woman, give your man peace. You know what I mean? Give your man peace, black woman. Like, this doesn't mean let him walk over you and treat you like a doormat and da-da-da-da-da. Always, always have your respect, command your respect, and, have certain boundaries. But understand your man needs love and support from you. Not always Ray in his motherfucking ear. You know what I mean?
So Trick Daddy responded to the backlash on his comments.
Okay.
And this was his response.
Hopefully it's in line with something I just said. But go ahead.
Quote unquote, Trick Daddy. The majority of the hoes who were mad about my video didn't even see the damn video. And they probably are single and miserable and looking for somebody to blame. Real women know who they are, what they are, and what they stand for. So fuck what a random bitch with too much time on her hands has to say. You hoes are followers. Bitches who want to be down with what's trending. I've had lupus for over 15 years, and some of you wasn't even in elementary school yet. But to use that as a joke and condemn me, bitch, eat a dick. And get out your feelings, because I'm heartless, ho.
Now we will now translate for the white.
Trick Daddy is greatly displeased with the criticism and the mocking of his...
Of the young ladies.
the mocking of his medical condition.
I mean, come on, that's how Trick Daddy's gonna say it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not, for or against this fucking argument.
It's pretty funny, though.
He's right and they're right, in certain ways. You know what I mean? Like, everybody got their little points.